And we're live. All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel tonight, interviewing Rick Staines from Twitch. I'll have all of his information down below. I've known Rick for, I want to say, at least 6 months now that we've
hmm
kind of interacted back and forth. I definitely drop in on your streams as much as I'm able to, but tonight just want to talk about you. Just want to talk about your content, what you're putting out, and
Cool.
yeah, see what's going on with you. Hopefully, we can get you some new subscribers out of this.
Oh, awesome, dude. So I started streaming. Let's see. What would be the first question? I guess you just kind of asked a bunch there.
Yeah, no problem. We'll start. Let's start there. Yeah, when did you start streaming? Because I don't think I knew you when you started.
No. I jumped in summer last year. I can't remember exactly which month, but it
During the
was
virus.
yeah, yeah. Um, I had started a YouTube channel. It was called me and my buddy Steven is his name.
Hmm.
He and I started a YouTube channel called It's Cheese, and
Nice.
believe it or not, that reference came out of I don't know if you remember Battle of the Gods, Battle
Sounds familiar.
Dragon Ball
That
Z
sounds familiar. Okay,
anime.
okay.
Um, so we watched that movie, and then about a month or two later, hey, we should start a YouTube channel, and we called it It's Cheese because in there's a scene where Vegeta talks to Beerus, which is the main dude, and
Hmm.
or they're eating pizza, and Beerus asks him a question like, "Hey, what is this substance?" And he's really kind of loud and obnoxious. He says, "It's cheese," and it's super hilarious, dude. And he's
Sounds like
just like,
a meme waiting to happen right
"Oh
there,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah."
that's awesome, man. So,
So
so you were introduced through YouTube.
yeah, we started. That was years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago,
Hmm.
and so that kind of I wanted to start it back up. I wanted to launch that channel first back up, and I was going to start streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch. But my buddy and I moved away, and he didn't. His our schedules just didn't line up, so I decided to go solo. So that led to me relaunching something that I had in mind for a while. I just because I was gonna have that channel and then my solo channel, so that's why it ended up happening. I launched Rick Staines. I had the Twitch channel for a while. I actually started using it for content and streams, like I said last summer. So yeah, and then that's what kind of drove me to be like, all right, maybe I can do something with this. And then here we.
Yeah.
And it started. If I'm gonna, it's kind of that whole thought. Like I've always wanted to show that experience of how what I had with my older brother when I was younger, and then how we had like these great memories and moments. It's pretty cool. It's pretty freaking fun. So I want
That's
to share
awesome,
that
man.
experience with
So,
everyone, like a lot of others. So,
yeah, absolutely. So you're coming up on about a year now that
mhm.
you've been streaming. Um, that's pretty awesome. So, what primarily and Renee, thank you so much for joining the chat. And Lyle, Lyle. I stream with
Yes.
Lyle pretty often. He's my Twitch co-host per
Okay.
se. But yeah, they're both in chat. But Lyle said he loved Dragon Ball Z. And he's definitely told me about that. Growing up, I did not watch Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I was all into Pokemon and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not like I wasn't interested in it. I just didn't watch it. But that's a
Mm.
pretty
It's
cool
each their own, man.
story
Like
about that.
it's yeah, yeah. So that's how I led to that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. But yeah. So primarily, what type of games do you like to stream on your channel?
Primarily, the type of games would usually mostly Nintendo, but
Hmm.
I say it kind of with like kind of face just because we don't get a lot of third parties, which I would
Right.
I would really like to play.
Yeah.
But I have a PC for that now, but I don't have like the best of the best. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, it works, and I don't struggle, but it'd be nice to be putting better quality out there. I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's going to take time. I know it's going to, it's not going to happen right away. But uh, as for them, like I usually just stream any new Nintendo games up and coming, and Smash is probably one of my go-tos whenever I just feel like playing and chatting with the old homies,
Yeah.
usual homies. So
Classic. Classic
yeah,
game. I grew up on Smash on the 64.
yeah.
Love that. What do you think of the new one? What are your thoughts?
New Smash
Yeah.
Ultimate, dude.
Is it everything that you
It
wanted in it?
it's nuts. Like if what we're 80 plus characters now, or 70 plus, 75 plus. I don't know,
That's
somewhere around there,
insane.
but it's ridiculous. I don't know anybody out there, but I main Greninja.
Oh
um,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's I didn't like him at first, but he grew on me after a little bit. The
Yeah.
game itself, though, it's honestly in terms of we'll just say in terms of content, it's number one.
Hmm.
With the exception of the single player, because nothing will ever beat what is it called, the brawls. Shoot, I'm losing it here. What was the brawl storyline thing?
Oh, I
I
can't.
can't
I know what
remember
you're
it.
talking about, but I can't remember it either. Yeah.
I can't remember.
But
Oh, but yeah, that's nothing will ever beat that story. And
right.
the effort they put
This one
into
seemed a
that.
little
And
repetitive on the story, on the single player.
oh
I
yeah, yeah,
thought.
yeah. I tried it, and I got well into it. It just didn't finish it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's any gamer, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So other than that, I think the game itself, just other than because I played competitively for a while there.
Really.
Yeah, yeah. He, I didn't get like to top like anything really, but I held my own against some of the better players at my locals, and
That's
for a
awesome.
while, it's just like work and just growing up into an adult, doing adult like other things, and you can't
Yeah.
really have the
It's hard
time
to find
for
that time.
put in the
I feel like
practice, the
Smash
reps.
Brothers is such a hard game to play, and I feel like for the ones that are like the professionals, so many hours are put into that because it's just like I just can never get. I spam the same move whenever I play. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
Charizard and I'm just dashing
mm.
at him like I'm
I
taking
faced
all the
those
damage.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. So I can't. I'm always fascinated by the ones that can actually break down each move, and I feel like I understand how you could put so many hours into that game, just
Mm.
perfecting move sets and counters, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
very impressive. One of the most
It's
impressive fighting games there is.
I think by now, I think like we were playing earlier today, actually, just hanging out with my cousins. Um,
Hmm.
and I was telling them like, dude, I think I have the handle on most matchups, especially with I can probably play every single character, probably.
Really,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
like I just know their moves, just pretty much like I just know what they do and I know how they set up, but
So
I
there's
wouldn't.
like different
Yeah.
like classes of characters, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, like I'm sure they all have maybe different looking moves, but they probably
Hmm.
all fall under like the same skill set, I would assume. Is that right?
Yes, for sure. Big heavies, fast, small, light. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
You prefer the
yeah, quick.
Greninja.
Yeah, but I mean, I do have my heavies. I like
Yeah.
the new one, Incineroar. So yeah.
So
Mhm.
when you're playing competitively, how does it work? Do you like when you go up against somebody, for
Mhm.
instance, do you both pick your characters at the same time, or do you know beforehand who you're going up against, and maybe you pick like a
Bef-
different matchup for that?
well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Before at locals, you kind of knew who everybody was, playing because you knew everyone kind of personally.
Gotcha.
But whenever you would have a new one, just a fresh face, so we just pick our characters. It doesn't really matter who picked first. But I'm pretty sure the fresh faces kind of finish or let the first player finish, so they can, they themselves. There's no rule. The only rule to picking characters is if you lose, then that's when you get to counterpick whoever just beat you. Other than that, you can't switch.
And they have to stay with that character if they
Yeah.
won.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a pretty cool format. I like that. Did you ever win any tournaments like that? Local
I
tournaments?
did win. I did. I don't. Highest I ever got was second. But man, that like a few times. But yeah, that's all. I couldn't. There's always that one guy. Like always
Always
that
that
one guy.
one that was like a perfect matchup for
Yeah.
you, and
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm impressed. I like to play Smash, but I could never competitively do it. We've got a Dragon Ball Z chat going on right now. Renee asked, "Who do you guys think won the Tournament of Power?" I think Jiren did. Is that how you say that?
Jiren. Yeah. Jiren.
Jiren. Okay. And then Lyle said, Jiren, based on power and stamina, was definitely the strongest fighter, but the winners were obviously the winners. Even Jiren said it. They trust each other and use each other for strength.
I would have
That's
to
why he
say
lost.
Jiren too. Yeah, but my favorite, just the guy that I think could have took it if Goku wasn't Goku, is Hit. Hit was one of my favorite ones from the Tournament of Power. He basically he doesn't move necessarily the fastest, but he like skips a time is what I understood his power is. Like he skips time.
Oh wow!
I want to say he travels time, but he skips second, and he can like meet people at certain spots. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah.
Maybe I need to just get into Dragon Ball Z right now. I wonder if anybody started watching it at age 30 and for the first time.
I'm pretty sure there's people out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe that might have to do that. Lyle also said if Jiren and Toppo teamed up like Frieza and Goku, they wouldn't have stood a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. Agree with that.
So I wish I could join in on that, but I have no idea what you're talking about. So I agree with you, Lyle. But yeah, let's. Okay, Lyle's still going. His only problem was once you get past his ability, he isn't the greatest fighter. Sounds like, Lyle, you need to start a Dragon Ball Z channel. That's what I'm hearing. Because you could break down all the fights and everything. I'm trying. I've always pushed Lyle to do something. Like that stream or do a YouTube channel, but that's pretty cool.
I'd argue.
I'm sure a lot of people would. Dragon Ball Z is huge. It always has been. So, all right, let's get back to streaming though.
Okay.
So, you kind of talked about the YouTube channel, but what got you into streaming, like in the first place? Like, what drove you to be like, okay, now I play for fun. I love video games and all that. But what made you want to turn on the camera and share that experience with the world, basically?
So, maybe to reiterate what I said earlier, that when me and my brother were growing up, it was just me and all my sisters. They played because I have two sisters and one brother, and they played occasionally. But it was always usually me and my brother, and then our cousin, we call him D. He we would all share these typical overnight, stay up late, play this and that. But at first it started with me and my brother. One game that I remember, Zelda's my favorite video game. I mean, wait, the wrong side. It's my favorite video game franchise.
Yeah.
So
right.
But one game I remember in particular for me and my brother, even like at one point, it got so competitive that we were both so good at that freaking game. Is Tetris Attack? I don't know if you guys ever remember that.
Yeah.
With the Yoshi dudes though, with the characters. Is it Panel de Pone or something like that? Is the original? It's on the SNES online right now.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, we would drive that game to its end. Like the frames would drop. Like there's so much going on. It's to the point like our family would even kind of like watch. I think at that point it was like dang, like these guys are crazy. And, so we would the games would last 10 minutes when the game's only supposed to last like 2, maybe 4 minutes tops. those games would go on for minutes, and it was a blast. And
It's like a
to
whole family
yeah,
thing going on.
so at that point, it was kind of like that experience of having someone kind of cheer you on, or maybe not necessarily to pass a level, but just like, dude, uh, this is some pretty good stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not the best player now, not at that
Mhm.
game particularly, just in any game. To be like, watch this, or something. But
Same.
I do have some
Same.
like some funny moments here and there that came, through my life as I grew up, and then kind of gained a personality. But then I was a kid. But what to answer, like, to complete answer your question, is that it was kind of the thing that actually pushed me was the pandemic, honestly, because
Mhm.
like I was in this routine, like it's just doing the same thing, and it wasn't the worst routine. Get up, cook breakfast, um, make sure that I had something to eat for my roommate at the time,
Mhm.
and because they would work late, and then that's just, I don't know, I was just the kind of person. Um, but other than that, like, I'm like, well, I have this big pocket of time instead of just playing games. Why don't I, think back on well, maybe I can use this time to start what I wanted to a long time ago, because I was out of work for a little bit there. Um,
Mm,
I was furloughed, is what it's called, I guess. So where they
yeah.
fire
Right.
you temporarily, kind of.
Right. Right.
um, so I'm like, well, I did, I did read here and there. I did exercise, but that didn't last long. um, yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Let's see if we can get this thing back on the road. And
Yeah.
so I picked it back up, and I researched, and I started researching how to build the PC, what it's going to cost me, um, and who who I should watch, and what things I need to buy, and this and that.
Right.
I started on actually on Facebook. I started streaming on Facebook, and I
Okay.
don't I don't like that they can see my, well, they couldn't see my whole name or whatever, but I can see all of
Mhm.
theirs. And I wanted
Hmm.
to have that for like sort of privacy, like, with not,
Yeah.
I want to, like, at first hand, like, their privacy, like, I'm gonna know their first and last name right away, like that. So I switched. I never tried YouTube, which I think I might here in the next month, and see how that
Yeah.
goes. I'll start doing kind of like both Twitch and YouTube.
Right.
And but yeah, that's what I started doing. I started researching, compiling my notes, watched some of the big names, and watched a lot of. That's actually, I think, how we ran into each other. No, actually, I think that was before. I want to say that was before, slightly before.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably.
because I think you were doing a giveaway or something, and I think I try to win it as well.
Yeah.
So
That sounds right. I couldn't remember the exact time that we did start talking, but yeah, that sounds right. Well, one thing that I will say I love about your channel, and one thing that sticks out to me is, I first of all, I love that you play with your, is it your brother
yeah,
and
my
who is it?
my
There's
nephew,
two
my little.
people.
Oh,
There's always two people when I hop in.
it's Chris. It's their names are Christian and Eddie. Their display names are Eddie Bear 20 and Darth Giggles 123. So yeah, it's usually them two. I do have my nephew from time to time. We started.
Okay.
I'm trying to turn it into a series where I play a game every now and then with my nephew, because it's
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool, because it's so cool that I know it's video games, but it's the only way, because we live far apart. It's the only way
Right.
that I can keep, like, in touch with them, kind of. and then to
Yeah.
see him kind of learn all that stuff, it's pretty awesome. Like just to pick up like how to move through just the simplest things, like move through menus, pick
Yeah.
and select characters, and because
Absolutely.
I, I can't tell you how, even for me, and at first anyways, it was a little difficult to navigate. I don't know if you ever played Ultimate Alliance 3, but yeah, it
Yes.
was that menu system is garbage. It's ridiculous. Like to try and play with online, for friends online,
Oh yeah.
it's pretty bad. But
Right.
once you get it, it's not like the. I mean, it might be the worst, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
So
that's unfortunate.
yeah, it's Christian and Eddie that I usually play with.
Are they your roommates then?
One is, and then the other one lives like two two houses ago, two blocks away.
That's
Um,
cool. Well, there always feels like whenever I join, what I like a
mhm,
lot about yours, it feels like a family atmosphere.
mhm,
I feel like when you step into your stream, it's like you're, not to sound weird, but you're like stepping in the living room watching couch co-op is
right.
how it comes across. And I really like that and respect that because I feel like that's so relatable. I think anyone, in the neighborhood of our age, we all grew up on couch co-op, and
Oh
I know
yeah,
today's generation's not doing that, but like that was the thing growing up, man. We didn't play it with anybody online. We were always at each
yeah,
other's houses and like that. So that feel is very nostalgic for me, and I love
yeah.
that about your channel for sure.
That's a very interesting way to put it too, because like it'd be awesome if they could, like, I can have maybe a setup in here and they can come play in here and have them on stream, but
Yeah,
one of them doesn't particularly like to be on camera and the other one is I don't know. Well, the other one I think would be down for it, but so
yeah, right.
I mean it'd be cool.
Well,
Maybe I
it would
can now
be.
that ideas. Now I'm getting
Well,
ideas now.
Lyle.
So
Well, yeah, that's what I'm here for too, trying to boost you up. But Lyle talks a lot about the YouTube group Funhouse,
yeah.
and he loves Funhouse. And he always talks to me about how they just set up a camera in a room, and then they're
Hmm.
like all sitting on a couch playing together, and then you see the screen as well of what they're playing, and they're a big hit, and it's just like that's really cool because that type of interaction, and it feels like when you're in person, it's one thing to talk over like this, but when you see people playing together,
Oh
I
yeah.
think that just draws more people. It just reminds you of the good old days of going over to your friend's house after school and popping in Halo and playing some matches or whatever. But to
Mm,
me, that's you want to make your channel stick out, and I don't
yeah.
find that very often when I go around looking at people's channels. So you got
Yeah.
something good there. I like that.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I try to leave the Discord open because every now and then a friend will pop in on stream, which is cool.
That is cool.
It's kind of like someone just coming into the room like, hey,
They're in the
what do you guys play?
neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
So
going on? No, that's awesome. All right, I gotta ask you. You brought up Zelda. What's your favorite Zelda game of all time? Easy question.
um, well, before I answer, what's your favorite? And then that way I don't feel like you're gonna judge me.
There's no wrong answer, man. Growing
Yeah.
up, I was like Super Mario. I was weird, man, because I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z and I didn't play a lot of Zelda. I played Ocarina
Mm,
of Time on the 64. Um, I would
classic.
have to say, because I'm one of the few that's not even played Breath of the Wild. Like I've started it and I thought it was really neat, but then I overwhelmed because it's so massive. But to
Yeah.
me, I'll say Ocarina. That's what
Okay.
I got to go with. Playing it growing up, you know.
It it used to be Ocarina for me,
Hmm.
but then, like I said, it all goes back to that initial experience and having that togetherness with my brother. And it's Linked to the Past, just because that game holds
Okay.
so much like it's not only just as nostalgia. It's probably one of the better ones, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, like the puzzles and the top down. That was the first. Well, no, actually, it wasn't the first version, but that's kind of what the whole top down was at first. And what Nintendo did with the first one, they improved like immensely, like astronomically, honestly, with the site with that one.
Right.
So that formula works, and I think it's one of the better ones. Like I've played probably all of them, like the main series ones, anyways. And
Yeah.
yeah, I would have to say either that one. Um, Majora's Mask does come close.
That looks
It
like
was,
a cool game.
you
I know
should
there's a lot of
definitely
mixed.
give it a play.
What
That
would you
one,
recommend playing it on? Because I know they put it back out for the 3DS. What do you think?
if you got a 3DS, dude, it's the better one, honestly.
Is it
The
better?
feature, yeah, the features they added, it makes the game experience so much smoother and better.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I do
I
have
know
one. I
you're gonna be playing it here, but it's still worth it. It's good.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll definitely check that out. What do you think of Breath of the Wild?
Oh, love it, love it. It's its own thing. I think it's a new formula. Honestly, it's its own thing.
Hmm.
That would be my new favorite. It probably moves into like probably third spot, to be honest.
Yeah,
And it's its own thing. I think it's its own, same way Zelda 2 was its own thing, is the way I think Breath of the Wild was its own thing.
that
It's
is one
it's
thing I do respect about them. They take a lot of different avenues. It's not Super Mario over and over again. They actually like
yeah.
to branch out a little bit more. And Super
I mean, they're
Mario's changed
starting
a
to see
little.
Mario. Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, they're starting to go that way with the 3D World and Odyssey and stuff. But
oh yeah,
Zelda's definitely taken some wild leaps. So I
yeah.
respect that.
Huh. Is that a pun? Breath of
Wild.
the Wild.
Wait, what did I? Oh, there you go. I did not even. That was not intentional at all. All right. So, would you say that's your favorite game of all time? Because that's another question that I have for you. What would be your favorite game?
I don't think I have a favorite. I mean, if I had to say, it'd probably be Link to the Past. But
Yeah, that's what I asked my last guest. If you had to play one game for the rest of your life, only one, and you had to pick it, what would
mm,
it be?
see, that's the thing, because the replayability. Well,
I know
it'd be
it's nearly an
nice
impossible question, but you got to answer
if
it.
I had someone else to play against. Probably be Smash Bros.
Yeah,
Probably,
you're on an
yeah,
island, but you can play online. We'll say that.
yeah, yeah,
Smash
yeah.
Bros.
I'd
Okay.
probably play Smash Bros.
Smash
Yeah,
Bros. Ultimate. Right.
yeah,
To clarify. Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha. That's a great choice. I feel like that game you could go on and on with that.
yeah.
Um. All right. Well, what's your future goals? You just talked about you want to try out YouTube streaming, but like
Yes.
what's the goal for Rick Stain moving forward with the streaming with YouTube? Do you have any type of plan ahead of you?
Um. Right. Okay. So I told myself last year that I'd give myself 2 years to
Okay.
see where I can get with this, and if not, if I don't feel like I could be or I should be somewhere, where I know these things take time. I think I figured 2 years would be okay. If I'm
Yeah.
not where I want to be in 2 years, which would be next year in June, um, then I don't want to say I'll give up. I'll just treat it more as a hobby than anything. Because
Sure.
now I feel like these last few months have been my biggest growth months in my the whole thing. So it just goes to show that earlier and when I was first starting, I wasn't really knowing what I'm doing. I mean, I did
Hmm.
my research, sure, but as I find my own little style, I guess, and I keep doing this and putting more content up, then I feel like I'm more um, comfortable and ready to explore different areas. So I would say give me about another year and a half since we're in April here, and if I am not where I want to be, then I'll treat it more as a hobby than anything, and it'll be like maybe 1 or 2 streams a week.
Hmm.
If not, but if I do, which I want to say when I do.
Right.
When I, if I when I make it do where I want to be, then I want to be able to bring, because the whole word community. I was watching somebody that brought it up. The word community is a feeling of everyone bringing something to the table,
Right.
and maybe sharing their, I want to say their thing, but their experiences or whatever with everyone else. And you can't really necessarily do that in. I would consider Discord more so a community than Twitch, just because Twitch is just a place to hang out.
I agree.
Not that Discord isn't, but Discord you can actually provide other people can provide stuff to you. Twitch is like the lobby, I guess you can say.
Sure. And
And
Discord's 24/7. Twitch is when you go live.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to treat Twitch more like a show. But I would like for it to be a little bit more than that too, where, like I was actually thinking of a skit to do earlier, and just started getting like exploring new alleyways, and so we can start spreading what it's not all just about game, and life definitely isn't all just about games. So
you want to talk about the skit? I'd love to know about it. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh no, I
want to hear about it
down, so it's not like set in stone.
Just in your head.
Yeah, I was cooking breakfast for everybody earlier, and I came up with this character. His name was Leon, and the Leon was the chef, and I was playing the waiter and the chef, and the waiter was getting in a fight with the chef about having the wrong order, and it was pretty funny. I had voices for them too, but I don't want to.
Did you write this down? You can't lose that, man.
No, I didn't write it down. I didn't write it down, but maybe I will. Like for sure. And
I think that's a great idea, man. I think the more variety of content you can put out, the more, you always want your niche, of course, starting out. I feel like you have to have a niche, but I feel like the more variety, the more, not only does it more appealing to the viewer, but also you're not going to get it burn out as likely, and if you do the same thing, I've been telling the people that have come on the show, like, I have become an Xbox Game Pass channel. Like, that's what I've become unintentionally, but that's what I am. And I'm getting burnt out on it, and I'm going to keep doing it. It gets views and stuff, but I wanted to try something different like this, and I enjoy this 1,000 times more than putting up a Game Pass video. And I feel like that's what you should do if you get a little stale on something, like pull out a skit like that. I love skits, man. I love watching skits. I think comedy is a wonderful thing, and I think
that's
definitely
what you're doing here, though. What you're saying about what you're doing here is pretty excellent, dude. To get just to put people on a platform that don't necessarily get a chance. Like you're giving myself, and I actually was watching some of your stuff earlier on other people's interviews. It's pretty nice. Like it's awesome, and I just want to say thank you, I guess.
Well, of course, man. You're a great dude. I knew that. I remember you rated me one time, and I was like, wait, that means a lot. You didn't have to do that. And I think we're all in this together. I don't think anybody is, we're not out to get each other. I think we all are a community, and I want to build this up to the point where I can actually help people out. I'm by no means a creator, a big creator myself, but I want to be able to, if I can give you one subscriber tonight, Rick, I'll be happy with that. I just want to do that. And like I'm a people person. I love talking to people. I love interacting with them, like yourself, the good-hearted ones. And it's just fun to me. Like this is fun, you know.
Agreed.
It's not work.
Hmm.
It's just hanging out. And
Yeah, yeah, absolutely agree.
so yeah, keep doing what you're doing, and definitely spice it up a little bit. I love the idea of the skit. I hope you do that. I
Hmm.
hope that pops up on my feed and I check that out. And
Yeah, I'll think I'll think of how to like actually do it, and I'll do it.
yeah, you
Yeah.
should. That sounds almost like a TikTok thing too. Like you could do that multiple
Mm.
avenues. You know, TikTok is huge right now.
Yeah, it man, it's ridiculous. Like I posted a video on there of literally my mom making me a burrito, and that's probably my most watched and liked video. So yeah,
That is insane.
yeah, it's weird.
You
It's
can
kind
do
of
anything.
yeah, you can
It's
do.
dude, that's awesome though. How many views does it have? Do you know?
Last time I checked, it was over 1,000. So
Oh my gosh.
it's so
Your
weird.
mom's gonna become a celebrity. What's
It's no
gonna
idea.
happen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, let's get back to the
Yeah.
question. More about Rick Staines right now. Okay, here's a good one. So you said around June, you're coming up on about a year now that you've
Mhm.
been doing this. What do you wish that you would have known before you started? If you could go back in time and tell yourself right now, hey, look out for this and this. What do you wish that you would have known before you started Twitch and YouTube?
Man, so far, um, I mean, some of the stuff that I would say, even I haven't experienced it yet, is still. I think there's like a little bit of it, but I do get it on a like really rarely, but it does happen. It's just don't mind the trolls because they're
Yeah,
gonna they're gonna come and go,
they are.
lad. They're just trying to get a reaction. Just still, you just don't mind the trolls. Don't pay them no reaction. Don't give them that. Um, Other than that, maybe make sure you're not doing this to see it be well. That may be the goal for some people, but
Hmm.
and by all means, that's perfectly fine. But for me, I wouldn't want to see it as being a like full time career, I guess,
Right,
which would
right.
kind of lead back into the question of what I want this channel to be.
Yeah,
If it ever did get to that point, I would probably give like because what I wanted to do originally as well, because someone now actually kind of yourself, what you're doing is giving other streamers and content creators the chance to kind of like marketing them,
yeah,
possibly making a marketing
right.
business. Honestly, that would be pretty cool to me. And well, I know businesses don't get very far on being helpful. Maybe like
Yeah,
not in a good way, I should
right,
say. Um,
right.
but that's what kind of I would wanted to do as well.
Yeah.
The I would also tell myself that it's not going to be easy.
Hmm.
That's for sure. Um, kind of, I'm sure you know who Kobe is, right?
Yes.
So
Oh, yes.
that whole because for this kind of stuff, it's different, physical from the mental, and being able to be as creative as you think you can be
Yeah.
is something different because you can push yourself physically as you can willingly like do it. As far as mentally, sometimes you honestly just can't.
Yeah.
But like whether it be how your week is going, that person that didn't put the right items on your order that you ordered or whatever, it could
Hmm.
be anything that keeps you from doing it. If if you feel it's not your day, then I don't think the content will show that what you're putting out. Like you won't put your best effort into the
Right.
content you're making,
Exactly.
whether it be streaming or just a video that you're editing.
Hmm.
You'll get either speedy or lazy with it, or I think the whole mental aspect is huge in terms of being as creative as you can be, because
Absolutely.
um, you can't you can't fake that. I mean, it'll be. I
Mm.
mean, maybe you can get away with like a post, but that's don't go and try and make something that day. I would say if
Yeah.
you're having shit. I'm allowed to say bad words.
It's you be Rick Staines, man. You be
Um,
Rick Staines.
you can have a shit day. Just make sure that you're doing what is in your best. Because I've had a few of those, and I think one or two of those I did try and stream, and I look back on it now, and I'm like, dude, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
Um, it wasn't the worst. Obviously, it's just something that you could have avoided, and you could have just done, something else that would have gotten you by that night.
Right.
But yeah, those are probably like the three things. Make sure you. Oh, and another thing is make sure you research the right stuff. So you're not, researching the wrong stuff. To go and make sure you get what you need and
Hmm.
what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be doing it. And one big thing, actually get good internet. Past Ricky, if you can remember, get good internet.
Get good in it.
That's honestly, it's kind of one of the bigger things. So
Yeah, it really is. And you don't have to buy anything too expensive or fancy like
yeah.
that just getting started out. But yeah, just consistency, like you said, I agree completely. But I feel like you're exactly right. I think we all did it. Like whenever we started this up, we pictured ourselves as ninja in 5 years. I don't care who you are. Once you get excited in your head about doing this stuff, you're like, man, I'm gonna
Mhm.
go big. Like you do have that thought, whether it
Oh yeah,
lasts or not. Maybe you're like, okay, maybe this isn't gonna happen. Initially, we have that, and obviously, you got to be realistic about
yeah.
that. But at the same time, though, like you said, the viewers will know your mood immediately, especially if they are consistent with you. They can tell how you're feeling. The content won't be as, impactful if you're having a day like that. So I completely agree. It is a grind and you do want to pep yourself up before you do it, but at the same time, it's okay to take a day
Hmm.
and kind of, reload a little bit.
Agree.
Renee said, I'm a little intoxicated, but I just read his name is Rick Staines. Is that his name after his mom made him that burrito?
No,
uh, that's a pretty good connection, Renee.
that's a
Yeah,
that's a
uh,
funny one. I like that.
that's pretty good. Renee
Uh,
is one of my great viewers. I love Renee.
okay. No.
Where? Okay, let's go there. Where
Where did
where
Rick
did Rick
Saints
Stain
come?
come from? Because I know your last name and it's not Stain. So
Yeah. Um, my okay. So one of my emails has the word stain in it, and the one of my other usernames on another platform is Rick's. What is it? Oh, in the PSN, my old PSN account. That's what it was.
okay,
Stains the world.
all right.
Okay, and the whole idea of that was at the time, any other young video game online player is gonna
Mm-hmm.
have the funniest to them at that time username.
Yeah.
So I thought I was being create or clever in
Mm-hmm.
naming myself Stains the World because at the time I was a Call of Duty player / Halo player,
Okay.
and I would stain the world with everyone's blood and guts. So
That is very
the
clever. That's
um
how old were you when you made that? Is this
uh
like
18, 17.
Okay, so you were smart enough then, because
Yeah.
that's really clever. I like that. I always love knowing the story behind gamer
So
tags and all that.
that was the first bit of it, and then I kind of wanted. I think people have like not the most typical names, but like these names that have something to do with their name.
Yeah,
So I kind of wanted to incorporate my name into my username, or part of my name, I should say. So I'm like, oh, what sounds good? I know. And another old email was Slick Rick at one
slick
point.
trick. I like that.
So I kind of I was gonna do that one. I was gonna do Slick Rick as my username
Hmm.
for Twitch, but I figured I just combine them because like the old me and then the current me. Uh, yeah.
That is
So
wholesome. That is really wholesome right there. I like that a lot.
Rick Staines is how it became to
I do
me.
not have a story like that at all about my name. I'm kind of jealous. That's pretty cool. So you said you were into Halo and Call of Duty. What other games did you play growing up? I'm sure Nintendo
Yeah.
because
Oh
I
yeah.
mean you're a Nintendo
Which
streamer and
is funny because I never played um, any of the GameCube Zeldas. Believe it or not,
really
I didn't own a GameCube. I
you were the
played.
only one. I'm sure of that.
Yeah. I because I wanted to be cool. I guess you get
Yeah.
at that point. So I got an Xbox. My brother got me an Xbox,
Okay.
and I got Halo. And
Of course.
Halo 2, and
Yes.
so um, that's how that all that started. And I didn't get another Nintendo console until the DS, 3DS. Actually, I didn't even get a DS. Dang, I missed out on a bunch of Pokemon.
Oh, you
Which
did.
I
You
mean,
did.
which I know now because I did go back
Right.
and play a couple.
That's all
But
that matters.
yeah, so I played Halo, Call of Duty, just to be cool.
Hmm.
Fallout 3 was one of my favorite ones actually in
Oh,
there
that's
in
a
the
good
middle.
one. Yes.
And I never got to play Fallout New Vegas because that's when I went back to Nintendo and started playing all the Nintendo games.
Right.
So, and one of my okay, hold on, I might have to kind of sneak a game on the island over there because the game that I could play over and over is
Yeah.
is Dark Souls as well.
Ooh.
believe believe it or not.
You'll
So
be playing that one a while from
yeah,
dying. Oh
yeah.
man, I can't. I've tried with that game. Have you beat it
I get a couple times already,
a
and
couple times?
I like to do different classes each time. So,
Yeah.
uh, which
The
by the
original
way,
Dark Souls is that your favorite?
yeah, I
Or
would say so. Yeah,
okay.
I haven't even played 2 and 3, so
Really?
yeah, I probably should before I say that,
You
right?
should. Yeah. Give him a try.
But yeah, I play. That's just the kind of stuff I play. I played the triple A's, I guess you can say at that point.
Yeah.
Now I rarely do, to be honest.
Right.
I don't think I played Death Stranding, Control, all those other ones
Right.
that come up. I haven't touched them. So
Same.
um,
Same here.
yeah, those are the kind of games that I played growing up.
That's cool. So you went Nintendo, Xbox, back to
Played
Nintendo.
Nintendo, Xbox / PlayStation. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a
PS2?
PS3, 4, and I owned just about. I want to say I owned at one point, other than the GameCube. I think I owned at least one console per generation.
Nice.
I think at one point, um, either I gave it away or I sold it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
so I think I want to say, yeah, I had an Xbox, had an Xbox 360, one PS2, three, a PS1 as well, um, four, and yeah, no one can get a five, so I don't know.
Right. I have one friend with a PS5 right now,
Yeah,
and took
exactly.
him months to get it. Renee said his old PSN was hacked by some German dude and changed the email and told him if he wanted it back, it'll cost him $200. I don't think it would be worth that unless you have $200 worth of games on there. But that's very unfortunate, Renee. I'm sorry to hear that. But
Oh, that happened to Renee.
that happened to Renee. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
jeez.
that's messed up. I've not had any security hacks like that, thankfully, but they are out there. That's for sure. That's cool though. I like for me, I did the same thing. I grew up with Nintendo, all the way past the GameCube, and then I went to. I mean, I got the Wii and stuff, but I went to Xbox 360. That was my first like online console that I went to.
Yeah.
But I love the PS2 as well, and then I'm on the one right now, and I'll probably get the Series X. But yeah, my path was kind of strange the way that I went about it. But it's
Yeah.
cool to
Same.
go back in time and play some of the older games that you might have missed. Because
Agree.
I didn't have the original Xbox, so I missed out on a lot of those great original games.
Man, yeah, you did. Yeah.
Like I played Halo late. I actually started with Halo 3. So
That's not bad. That's good.
yeah,
That's all
but
right.
I love Halo and but yeah, like Obi-Wan and stuff like that. I never played it.
Master Chief and Smash, please.
Master
Go
Chief
tell.
Smash. Is
Yeah,
that
go
gonna
tell
happen?
Second. No, I don't know. It probably won't, but
It's
you never know.
it's been thrown around so
You
much.
never
I'm
know.
like, I feel like once they cross that line, it's just like anything goes.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
But I don't know. It could definitely happen. But yeah, so moving forward, you said hopefully some skits, hopefully some YouTube streams coming up. Is there anything else? Anything else that you've got in your bag? And also added on to that, what do you do outside of this? What kind of
Oh, yeah.
hobbies and things do you like to do outside of gaming?
I'll open up with that.
Sure.
I work. I work basically a 9 to 5 job. But
Okay.
you know, it's 7 in the morning instead.
Gotcha.
I do that, and then I come home. Me, my cousin, family is a big thing in my life. So as
Yeah,
long as I can spend time with them, that's one of, I guess, that you can consider that a hobby.
absolutely.
I wouldn't say a hobby, but because it's not.
Pastime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So other than that, I really like sports.
Yes.
I'm a big basketball fan more than anything.
Who's your teams? Got to know.
Right. Well, okay, it's kind of weird because I'm a huge Laker fan, always have been.
Okay. All right. Where can I ask where you're from? What state? Because I don't even know, Rick.
New Mexico.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you a pass then, because you could pretty much pick anywhere being in New Mexico. So,
which is funny because my favorite NFL team is Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that's a lot more interesting.
I'll tell you. There's a story about that one.
Okay.
But as for the Lakers, the NBA has evolved into this interesting little game now. It's
a 3-point shot contest.
That's one part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought for a second there, it kind of looked like it was going back to the big men central. And, you got Embiid out there, and
I miss it. I want that back.
So I'm sitting here thinking, like, ever since Kobe retired, I shouldn't say the world, but ever since he retired, it show even with the last championship, maybe the pandemic had something to do with it, but
I'm sure.
They lost a little bit of the magic. Like, it's not the same. And I've been just kind of watching the NBA as a whole. Like, one of my new favorite players, a couple of them are Marcus Smart for the Celtics, and then Luka Doncic is ridiculous.
Luka is definitely. Yeah,
he doesn't play.
He's a stud.
Crap for defense, which is actually one of my favorite. If you're an NBA player, one of my favorite attributes that usually my favorite players play good defense.
That's why you like Marcus Smart, then, for sure.
Yeah,
he is gritty.
So I guess those are two of my favorite players right now.
Interesting.
But yeah, and the NBA as a whole is kind of a fan of it right now. So
yeah,
Lakers I'll still be a fan. It's just, like I said, the magic isn't like quite there.
Sure.
But yeah, it's pretty exciting. And as for what else? Oh, I work. I sports. I do draw. I do have drawings for what my logo could be eventually.
Oh yeah, you
I
said
don't
you were
know.
working on that.
Um, I have those in the back. I could show you guys this little sneak if you want.
Yeah, let's see
Uh,
it. Let's get a sneak peek and the motive behind it.
Okay. So this is Amy Winehouse, but
Amy White, that is very impressive. Did you do that?
no, it's a painting one of my friends gave me.
Amazing.
So this is kind of what it will look like. I don't know. I'm still kind of doodling over here. No, not that one. This one right here.
Ooh, I like it.
These three.
Yes, I like it. Is that
So
supposed to be like a flame on top?
let's look.
That
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is
okay?
it's gonna be a paintbrush, is what it is.
Okay, all right.
So,
What?
because I was thinking, like light bulb and a brain at first as the light bulb, but just to kind of get that idea kind of thing, because I like to, if I can inspire people to just do more of what they do best creatively, then by all means, I'll die happy. So, um, that's kind of what I wanted to pass off with the logo.
I love it.
Paintbrush. I was coming around to music and then like paint, like art, movies, film, even technology.
Yeah.
Pushing the boundaries of what you could possibly do. But then I just landed on a paintbrush just because I figured the whole idea is to, put something onto a canvas or put something together, once you paint it, it comes together to form this portrait or picture, whatever you're painting. And that can kind of transition into, stuff you're building or what have you. So yeah, that's where I kind of landed on that so far.
Absolutely. Eddie G, welcome to the chat. We're doing good. Talking to Rick Staines here. Check out his channel. I'm going to have it posted down below, everybody, for you to follow. I know Renee will follow you because Renee is a great human being. So, but back to that, though. Have you thought about doing some artwork on Twitch? Is that something you consider?
I did one time.
Did you?
Yeah, we were just kind of messing around. I was doing this Pokemon random number generator.
Okay.
And whatever it was, whatever Pokemon it landed on, I would draw it from memory.
Wow.
And I would just kind of compare.
That's cool.
Just kind of compare and see how close I got.
That's awesome.
So
is there going to be more of that then?
I haven't gone back because I have my pad right here.
Look at this, Rick. You are a man of many trades right here. So you got plenty of options.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it for sure. I definitely want to
keep that in the back of your mind. Yeah. Because I love that. I find creative people, I'm very impressed because I am not a creative person myself. So I think anything that I look at and see somebody else doing that I could never do, that's something that I will check out, and I'm fascinated with. But that's awesome, man. Especially if that's going to be in your logo. I feel like that'd be great for you to display. Maybe like a 1 time a week thing or something,
I'm thinking about it. Only reason I haven't been keen to it or open to it is because whenever I was able to go live, I guess I just kind of forgot about it. I guess I was able to go live late. When I used to work, I didn't get home till 9, so I wouldn't stream until 10. I think you're in a similar situation, right?
Yes. I am so bad about streaming early, so I understand that completely.
But I'm making now that I have my schedule's changed and I'm working earlier now. Which is weird because before I had more content going up when I worked late because I was able to wake up and do something in the morning. Pump it into the platforms, and when I come back, I look at everyone's reaction or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of I get home, I have to get ready for stream. I have to do what I got to do. Shower. If I have to cook dinner, then I'll cook dinner.
Mm.
And that's pretty much like how the day goes. Like and I stream around 6 or 7. I'm trying to get a schedule going finally.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome, man. That's so important to keep that schedule and keep it strict.
yeah.
Something that I am absolutely horrible at. So I love these chats because it's kind of like whatever day. Not on Twitch. Twitch, you got to remain consistent and all that. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
for sure.
something I'm bad at. But
I wouldn't know, dude. If there's there's more important stuff in your life, then by all means handle that. But
yeah, and like you said, the mental thing. Like for me, hello Swag. Thank you so much for joining. For me, I do have those days where I'm like, man, I don't want to stream. I just I want to play a game and just kind of chill and not have to feel like I need to entertain somebody else. So that's probably my biggest struggle. Also, adjusting my schedule, I struggle with. I get into my set routine and I don't want to get out of it. So those are things that I'm trying to work on a little bit. But sounds like you've got a great setup, though. Like that's a perfect time, I think, to stream. That 6 to 7 range. You said so. You're Mountain. What is that compared to Eastern? I didn't even.
2 hours behind you guys. So 2
Okay,
hours.
so like people are getting off work here for that as well. So that's perfect, man. That's what
that would be 2 hours. That would be 7 over here is 9 for you guys. PM.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant back.
No,
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, everybody's still awake, but what what days do you want to stream on? Do you have like a set schedule on that?
It's kind of nice to do it every other day, but I don't think that's realistic.
Every other day.
It would be pretty cool. I just don't know because
I would asking a lot.
Yeah, but now I kind of want to switch up to just 4 days a week, and have the other days be just pure content creation.
Yeah,
and that way I can have stuff day of stream videos and day off stream videos. And
right. That sounds good.
So I just figuring out which 4 days of the week. Maybe Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or I just know because also I like to like family is a big thing, and they usually do stuff on Saturdays. I don't know if I have to keep that open or not, or change like Friday nights and Saturday mornings. I don't know. That'd be actually kind of cool, like a Saturday morning
cool
cartoon or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I don't see a lot of people stream early.
Yeah,
on my end, but that'd be cool. But whatever works for you. Obviously, you got your priorities, and then you don't want to overload yourself. So, whatever, like for me, I think whatever I can do consistently, because that's all that matters. That's what I'm gonna go with, and then go from there. But absolutely. All right, Rick, we hit the hour mark. I'm not gonna keep you any longer.
oh, imagine.
I really appreciate you coming on, and yeah, that hour went really fast. I feel like we covered a lot of topics, but everybody watching, I'm going to post Rick's whatever he wants me to post, but number one, his YouTube. I'll post it in the description below. Please check him out and his Twitch as well. He's a great dude, and he's got a lot of great plans and great talent. So please check him out. And again, Rick, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Seafish.
Of course, man. Anytime you want to come back on the show, you let me know, and hopefully by the next time we can get this thing built up pretty big.
For sure. But... hey, if you like, I always want to do talk shows after the Marvel shows. So if you're ever interested,
oh yeah,
that'd be pretty fun.
You let me know what time, and yeah, I'd love to come on and help out any way that I can.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Seafish.
No problem, Rick. Everybody, you have a great night. Go check out Rick right now, and we will see you guys next time.